Last year, I went to one of the most beautiful mother-freaking places on the planet, so full of life, culture, and good vibes. This island is so stunning that many people from around the world dream of visiting, endeavor to move here, or budget their freaking lives just to visit time and time again. I visited the beautiful island of Maui, and it was absolutely as beautiful as they say. And today I want to talk about my experiences on the island, what I think people should know before getting there, to make the most of their experience, and I'll even point out a few spots you should definitely check out. Now I'm from Vancouver, and it takes about 6-ish hours to get from Vancouver to Maui. Our airport is semi-decent, functional, but not exactly the prettiest one in the world. Now one side note, this has nothing to do with Hawaii, but when traveling, make sure to use your lounge privileges. A lot of your credit cards actually allows you to chill in the lounges. Make sure to use them. It's ever so slightly comfier. And for an hour or two, you get to feel like you're better than everyone else. That being said, the food is kinda whatever, but we basically get unlimited alcohol for the time we're there, so there's that. Anyhow, the flight was fine. The Maui airport is kinda tiny and kinda old school looking, but lovely nonetheless. My cousin seemed a little tired, so I gave her a little pick-me-up. My bestie was fine, so he didn't need one this time. Now tip number 1, this is gonna seem super simple, but get yourself a rental car. There are buses on the island and Ubers I'm sure, but if you want to roam around the island like a lot, like you want to visit caves, waterfalls, trails, different food spots, the rental car will save you a lot of time and allow you a lot more freedom to get around. And there definitely are places that you just can't access without a car. At the airport there's a cute little tram. It's rustic and clean, and it'll take you directly to where the rental cars are. If you pre-booked a rental car, you'll be in and out of there in no time. The trams have such a European vibe. I absolutely loved it. Once you ride the tram for a few minutes, you'll get to the car lot. You talk to a lady that won't smile at you ever. You'll get access to one of the cars and bam, you're out of there. And this leads us to our second tip. Fast food is your best friend during late nights. If you land late into the evening, like we did, most restaurants are closed. Places that are still open close their kitchens at 10. So we tried looking around, found some pubs, but unfortunately we were out of luck. We did meet some fun locals though. However, we had to go back to old reliable, McDonald's. Now it wasn't the most Hawaiian meal, but it definitely hit the spot, and that's okay. And if you're into collecting things from Happy Meals, you can definitely do that too. Sometimes they have collectibles there that we don't have in Canada. And generally speaking, Maui just isn't a very party-hardy island, and there just isn't a lot open at night. But during the day, it's a totally different story, and the world is your oyster. So as we move on to tip number 3, we're gonna show you some things around the island that's fun to do, fun to eat, and fun to see. So tip number 3, always make time for roadside attractions. When we travel, we tend to put so many things on our agenda. Whether we're going out to see a special beach or a sunrise, or a cave that we want to venture into. While Maui is a place with many world-renowned destinations, as you drive along the road, you'll notice every 5 minutes there's another hidden gem, and it would be a huge mistake to neglect these spots. We were along the road to Hana, a very famous stretch of road in Maui. We were going to go on a hike, but then it began to rain really hard. So we made an unplanned stop at this place called the Island Chef, just to hide away from the rain for a little bit. But it ended up being such an incredible find. It had this cool little food truck hidden inside. It kind of looks like a repurposed minibus. And it was just this amazing little mom and pop shop, and it was so incredibly charming, which we otherwise wouldn't have found if we just didn't bother to stop here. Which would have been a shame because their deep fried shrimp are so damn good. They had battered shrimp and coconut shrimp and this spicy saucy shrimp and the shrimp taco. Everything was so delicious. But speaking of roadside food, there's one thing you must never forget. And this is one of the best things in Maui, and I guess in all of Hawaii. The mother frickin' fruits. Of course you have to get the Hawaiian classic, the fresh coconut, that sweet nectar of the gods. And it's like the perfect thing to relieve the heat in the hot Hawaiian weather. But they have so much good fruit, from pineapples to mangoes to star fruit. And because the Hawaiian weather is so sunny, all their fruits are so sweet. They're like 10, 20 times sweeter than the fruit we get in Canada. It is absolutely amazing. And there are fruits growing everywhere. And if you're lucky, depending where you're staying, it might even be in your yard and you can get it for free. Tip number 4. When it comes to restaurants and food, where should I go eat? And I'm sure a lot of travel guides will lead you to these 5-star, really expensive restaurants. And a lot of them are run by the resorts there. But I highly encourage you guys to go to the local spots, the hidden gems, the hole in the walls. Because honestly, that's where I got the best food and for the best prices. For example, I went to Maui rotisserie chicken. I kept bugging my friends telling them I really wanted to come here. And I'm really glad I stuck to my guns because man was it a good decision. First of all, you get to see them make the food. The grilling, the smoking, the rotisserieing. It's all part of that amazing experience. And boy does it look magical. And honestly, it smelled even better. For only $19, you get all this food. 2 huge slabs of ribs and 1/4 of a chicken. Not only was it a good deal, it was absolutely delicious. It was juicy, and it was tender, and it was perfectly seasoned. And of course, it had that amazing smoky flavor. Highly recommend. Another spot to check out is Nalu's. It's probably a spot that most people in Maui already know. We went there for brunch and it was so freaking good. Now, I'm not going to talk about this in full detail here, but I'm going to make another video talking about all the Maui restaurants you guys should visit. So please stay tuned for that. Now, tip number 5 is simple. Don't get tricked by Yelp. When you look on Yelp, everything seems to be 5 stars in Maui. And I'm sure it's the same thing on Google reviews and other sites. But let me tell you this, some of these restaurants are not 5-star restaurants. They are not 4-star restaurants. They are not even 2.5-star restaurants. Now, I'm not going to name names. That's not what I do here. If you really want to know if a restaurant is good, maybe look up YouTube videos, check out people's vlogs, and local Maui food bloggers. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't allow yourself to take chances and roam around and freely explore. But what I'm saying is, if you don't want all your meals to be an absolute disaster, do a little research. Which leads to tip number 6. Talk to locals. Honestly, there's only so much research you can do online. And like I said, some of it's not even trustworthy. So what do? You ask an expert. The locals are the experts of everything good on the island. And honestly, they are probably some of the nicest and chillest people I've ever met. So if you're not acting like a jerk, they'll probably answer the questions that you have. So if you have any questions about food, landmarks, travel destinations, beaches, these people are the people to ask. For example, we were at Esther's Fair Prospect, a local bar, and we're just chatting with the bartender. He was super nice, we're learning about each other, it was a great time. So we asked him, what's good to eat around here? Where do the locals go to eat? And he ended up telling us about another restaurant that he worked at that was apparently really, really good. And we are people that walk the walk and talk the talk. We gave the stranger our word, and we told him we were going to go. And so we did. And let me tell you, it was one of the better meals that we had. He said it was delicious, he said it was a fun time, he said the drinks were good, and boy was he right. So make sure to talk to your locals. Unless they look scammy or dangerous, don't talk to those guys. Tip number 7, you must try the Hawaiian shaved ice. Hawaiian shaved ice is a must get, and it is incredibly popular, so yes, there will be a lineup, but I guarantee it's worth it. The ice is ultra fine, so it's soft and melts in your mouth, and the syrup is absorbed evenly, so every bite has flavor. And they have amazing tropical flavors, like they have this flavor called Pog, Passion Orange Guava, and then they have another one that's Coconut Pineapple Mango Lychee, which is absolutely amazing. And some spots have flavored mochi, and it just adds a whole new dimension. And again, it is a must try. And this leads me to my 8th tip, my last and final tip of the video. Many travel guides will tell you to go here and there, telling you to go to the most famous spots on Maui. And you definitely should. You should see some of the famous landmarks. But the thing is, beauty is everywhere in Maui. There is no shortage of beautiful places in Maui. There are some cities in the world where you have to travel to cool places to see cool things. But this island is just surrounded by beautiful skies, covered in beautiful beaches, with wonderful people on the island. So my final tip is to explore every inch of the island. And I know that sounds silly, but you miss so much by just going from place to place. You should make sure to walk through entire areas, get to know the area, enjoy the scenery, enjoy the environment. Anyway, I hope you find these tips helpful. And once again, my name is Dominic. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps us out. Thank you, Panda fam, and I'll see you again soon.